for the Predators today. And now we're awaiting the kickoff today from Ian Halfield. And there's the kick. Bowden to receive off the net, but it goes right through the middle. It'll be a touchback, and Orlando will take over on their 5-yard line.
Into the end zone, just keeps persevering, and Stafford finds him.
Now Halfield for the extra point. And it's good. Halfield's. And we'll take a break here. Here early in the first quarter, Tampa Bay comes out to an early 7-0 lead. He's the Baby Ruth Offensive Player of the Week. Now Tampa Bay set to kick off. Ian Halfield puts his foot into it. High kick, it's not going to reach the net. Bowden will take it out of his end zone. Got a little bit of room to run, out past the 10-yard.
Just being patient enough to not turn it up too early.
Just followed, he was patient. He followed David White, all 260 pounds of him, into the end zone. Extra point is up and good. And the Storm go back out in front by a touchdown. Footballs and more, all at Champs Sports.
And now Champs carries the official football of the Arena Football League. Spalding making the football. It's a great ball.
It's got the crosshairs on the end of it. What they wanted to do is create a ball that can be seen better by the receivers and the fans at home. So it's got that blue stripe, that swoosh around it.
And that blue stripe is tackified, which allows the receivers to get a little better grip on it.
A little bit better kick this time is going to be returned by Bowden out past the 5 to the 12-yard line, where he's wrapped up by Shea Showers and a host of Storm defenders. 21-yard return gives them pretty good field position.
And it is decent field position in this game. Anytime you can get it outside the 10-yard line. And he said he did not know if he had anybody that could truly shut down Freddie Solomon.
Here's the extra point. Halfield knocks it through. And the Storm now with a 2-touchdown advantage.
But you make sure you get those extra points. Field goals are a bonus. That's Markham's philosophy. Ian Halfield is a great story himself. Out of football for 5 years after a vicious car accident. He was in 1997. Ian Halfield was a great kicker early on in the Arena Football years. In 1997, he just disappeared. Nobody knew why. And again, it was because he was involved in a major car accident. Actually tore cartilage in his right leg completely. They had to take it out, regrow it, and put it back in. Also had 2 vertebrae fused in his back, and he's come back. He's a great story. He paid for his own tryout, gave it a tryout. Coach Markham fell in love with him last year, and sure enough, here he is.
Well, he works in Las Vegas, selling ad time for the local NBC affiliate there, and commutes back and forth each week.
And that makes him even better.
There's the kickoff now. George Williams takes it out for the Predators and gets out past the 10-yard line to about the 13.
No, Markham is a little less no-nonsense. I'd be very, very surprised to see him fake a field goal.
Could be about a 31-yard attempt for Ian Halfield. He's 7th in the league out of Tennessee. And the kick is up, and it's good. And remember when we talked to him yesterday, Halfield, really a guy that you want to root for after all that he's been through with the 18-wheeler traffic accident, the fused vertebra in his back, all of the problems with the knee.
Regrown cartilage in his kicking leg. It's pretty impressive. And you talk a little bit about how special he is. Coach Markham has given him a little bit of leeway. He lives out in Vegas, works for our NBC affiliate out there, which is just coincidental. And what he does, he flies in Friday morning, practices with the team on Friday, practices with the team on Saturday, and then kicks on Sunday. Great story, a great credit to him to overcome such adversity.
He's almost like the Bionic Man, the way they took that cartilage out. It was amazing to hear him tell it. They removed it all. It was frayed and torn, so they removed a healthy piece, took it off to the lab, regrew it, and then stapled it back into place. And he said he had an MRI just a couple of weeks ago, and you couldn't even tell that it had been replaced. Amazing story. And remember, he's got a great pedigree. His dad was a kicker back in the outdoor game, kicked for the Broncos and the New York Jets way back when. And
the best thing of all is he's 37 years old. Hey, there's still hope for us to come back and play, maybe.
37 and still getting it done. He said he's in the best shape of his life right now.
And he looked at yesterday when we talked to him. He's, you know, you got to give the guy a ton of credit. He does it all, and he enjoys it for this team, and he enjoys the game.
Halfield set to kick off, puts it in the air, and again a short one. Bowden returns it, drops it, and now under pressure in the end zone. Remember, in this game, It's not going to be a safety. That ball will come out to the 5-yard line.
And just as important as, yes, the ball comes out to the 5-yard line, but you see the clock does not move. Why does the clock not move? The clock doesn't move until the ball crosses the plane of the end zone. So if a guy's running around in there, the clock's not running. Once he steps out of the end zone, the clock starts.
And remember the strategy here for Orlando. Outfield getting ready for the extra point. Seen good kicking today so far by both kickers. And the extra point is good. Tampa Bay goes back on top by 11. I wonder if it was a blown coverage or he just got beat by a perfect throw. 19-yard touchdown pass. There's the extra point. And as it has been all day, the kickers have been perfect. Well, Pat Sperduto, we've got a good one here. And both teams trading scores here as we get into the second half. And now that strategy starts to come into play here with both teams getting touchdowns on either end. Might start to see some of the tricky stuff coming up here with the kicking game.
Right now, as far as Orlando's concerned, they have to score and force a turnover either on downs or force one by fumble or interception.
Outfield kicks off for Tampa Bay. This one looks like it's a pretty good one off the net. Can't be handled, and it goes out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. Bowden unable to come up with it.
And that's a great play by Corey Fleming, number 12. He's the up back, the secure man.
In Outfield, getting ready for the extra point. And kicks up, and it's good. So Tampa Bay comes up with a big play.
Thanks for joining us. Back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, JP. That last Tampa Bay scoring drive, 3 plays, went for 26 yards and took about 2:20 off the clock, but helped by 2 Orlando penalties. Here's the kickoff. Bowden gets it 5 yards deep in the end zone, gets out past the 5-yard line to about the 7. Throws his 5th touchdown pass against no interceptions.
He's what he is, I told you. Big-time guy right there. 7 catches, 66 yards, 3 touchdowns. Solomon's having a pretty good afternoon.
With the extra point, and the whistles blow, flags come down.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 98 was in the neutral zone.
We can't have offsides penalties. We talked about it in our notes.
10 penalties so far in the day. Tampa only has 6. There's the extra point right down the middle for Halfield. He's had a perfect day, and he puts the Storm up on top by 19. And things getting desperate now for the Predators.
Right, and if you're Tim Markham, you got to feel pretty good. Your defense has played well, giving up only 33 points. Your offense has played well. I mean, and I think right here, your special teams have played pretty well. They haven't given up any big returns.
In this game, if you hold a team to 40 points, it's considered a good defensive effort. And the Predators only at 33 as the kick goes off the back net.